Welcome to part 44 of Yakuza Kiwami, and in the last episode, we did start a side quest where a boxer is forced to throw the fight. Oh, and by the way, ladies, I should mention that every time that you get into a fight with a character that cannot fight, like for instance Haruka, she will be on the sidelines cheering you on. Just like with Saya, who was Dante's daughter, she'll go on the sidelines and cheer for you while you're over here beating the crap out of people. So with that said, we gotta go to the Mahjong Palace, which is right here. And we gotta tell this guy the password that was given to us by the bartender. And once you do, you will be able to go into the Mahjong parlor and face off against the boss that's forcing the jackal to throw the fight.
ああ、いらっしゃい、お客さん。お、これは珍しいお子さん連れですか。
ああ、こいつがジャッカルのファンなんでな。
ああ、そうですか。そりゃ見る目があるね。明日のタイトルマッチはジャッカルで間違いないですよ。
そうか。相場はどうなってんだ。
ジャッカルは今まで22戦21勝 20K を。今じゃ日本に敵はいないですからね。鉄板の 1.5 倍ですよ。
ほう。
相手のマギー吉村は5回防衛していますが、全部ギリギリの判定勝ちですから、まあ勝ち目はないでしょうね。だから 10.5 倍のオッズになってます。ちなみに引き分けで防衛の場合は 5.4 倍のオッズです。
ずいぶんあからさまなオッズだな。
まあ今のジャッカルは無敵ですからね。これでも結構倍率が高い方ですよ。それでどうしますお客さん。
ではジャッカルにかけよう。ただし八百長抜きの試合にな。
あ？
お前の仲間が八木沢にやられたらしいが、それをネタにつけ込むとはゲスな奴らだぜ。
何？
さっきも言ったが、この子は八木沢のファンなんだ。子供の夢奪っちゃかわいそうだろ。悪いが店ごと潰させてもらうぜ。
客かと思ったらそういうことか。ガキ連れのてめえに舐めてもらっちゃ困るな。お前ら二人とも試合前に東京湾に沈めてやるぜ。
Alright then, it's time for us to take on Hikawa Sawada. And believe it or not, he's actually a lot easier than the original version of the game. He actually has less health than what he did in the original, because he had like 2 bars, even though he's a boss. But seeing as how you got Beast, it doesn't really matter, because in this game, he'll go down real easy, real quick. Just like that. Good grief.
沢田工業です。ご用の方は発信音の後にメッセージをお願いします。
ジャッカルに50万側近で。
お客さん。
あ、マスターのおじさん。
これで明日の試合は賭け試合じゃなくなったぜ。
ありがとうございます。なんとお礼を言ったらよいのか。
礼はいらねえよ。八木沢に連絡してやったらどうだ。
はい。
さすがだね、おじさん。これで明日のタイトルマッチ楽しみだね。
ああ、そうだな。
And that takes care of our sub-story right here. By the way, by beating this sub-story, we get the Brawler's Charm. In case you're wondering what the Brawler's Charm does, it's like the Beast Charm. The Beast Charm makes the Beast, style have stronger throws, while the Brawler's Charm makes the Brawler have stronger punches and attacks. There's also a Rush Charm too. But whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta come into Public Park 3, and this is where our last side quest with Haruka is involved. Yeah. We basically are towing Haruka around for the side quests that are lingering about, but we have to, like, put her into the care of Date to finish off the rest of the side quests that are in Chapter 7, which there are 2 of them. Komeki, I'm not worried about until Chapter 8, because we will need Majima in order for it to actually complete. But this side quest requires Haruka, so this, you might as well get all the side quests that involves Haruka right then and there, because you'll have to wait all the way until Chapter 10 or near the end of the game where you can just pick up Haruka or leave Haruka behind in order to finish all the sub-stories. Dead serious, that's the last time you'll ever see them. It's not that they're locked, they're not. There's certain times that you can go to these side quests, and more importantly, times of day, because like near the end of the game, you can choose between night and day. And certain side quests are done at night, certain side quests are done in the daytime. So what this side quest is, you have to get 3 out of 4 presents for this girl to give to her new classmate. So, we have to find 4 specific areas, or should I say 3 specific areas, to get a gift. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those side quests that involves pocket circuit fighting. Nah, I'm just gonna do y'all a favor. I'm gonna skip out on the pocket circuit fighting, because I'm gonna tell you right now, pocket circuit fighting, you do have the parts for it. You do. But I can assure you, it is absolutely BS. You don't need to worry about that. Because here's the thing. You go through all that trouble, there's one of 2 gifts that you can give this girl in order for you to finish off this sub-story. And one of 2 prizes you'll get for giving her the gifts. If you go to Pocket Circuit Fighting and you get the Golem Tiger and you give this to this girl, you'll be awarded the Mew Shoes. And for those who don't know what the Mew Shoes are, it's those annoying shoes that constantly sound like a cat but will attract enemies. Now I know what you're thinking, Mew Shoes would be very good for Majima, and you're right. But here's the problem, you don't get a bonus. The Mew Shoes is just practically annoying, that's all they are. So you want to get the secondary item, which is the Staminan Spark. But there is one of 4 books you can actually buy. And, yeah, there's one of 4 books you could buy in Popo. And then there's Pocket Circuit Fighting. Do I really want to go in there right now? Do I really want to? No. In fact, I want to get this first. Then I will probably go to Popo, I think. Yeah, the Popo on Showa Street. You want to go in and look to your left. Now, there's one of 4 books you could actually give to the girl. But 2 of them will guarantee you a Staminan Spark. Now, why are you so hell-bent on getting it? Why am I so hell-bent on getting a Staminan Spark? Real simple. Staminan Sparks are pretty damn good, and they're rare to come by. You either can get the mathematic book or the car compendium, because everything else will get you
そうだな。
the Mew shoes. You do not want the Mew shoes. You want that Staminan Spark. Yes, it may be a one-time only thing and it's a complete full heal. But it's a complete full heal no matter how high your heat or your health is. So yeah, you might want that because Staminan Double X's will start being to the point where Staminan Double X's will take 2 to actually heal. So with that said, I'll be right back. By the way, I cut out because I thought I could go to my box and go get an II, which I did win, by the way, and give it to Haruka. No, you can't do that. You actually have to come to the UFO catcher and actually win an II in front of Haruka. So yeah, in case you're wondering, no, you don't give a stuffed gift to Haruka. You actually have to win one. And by the way, fun fact, you can actually give those stuffed gifts to your girlfriends, or should I say the cabaret girls. I don't know whether they like it or not, but you can do that. Even though they'll only accept jewelry. But you can do that, it is an option to do so, at least to get those prizes out of the vending machine. Whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, it took 2 attempts to get it, but we caught II, so yeah. Oh, and if it accidentally hits one of them and another one will drop, that would be 2, but then you'll have an extra one on hand, meaning it'll probably be in your box or in your inventory, one of the 2. I don't need to get another one. I'm good. So, with that said, we only got one more prize left to get. And unfortunately for us, we're going to have to go into the corner right next to Ebisu, I think. It's this shady corner right here where this magazine is located. We'll have to get the shrink wrap magazine, and unfortunately, just like Zero, Kiryu is going to get a dirty magazine for the kid. By the way, this is one of the gifts that will give you the Mew shoes, as well as the II. So basically speaking, the only choice to getting the best item out of this is the Staminan Spark. No, not Staminan Spark. I meant the car magazine, sorry, and also the mathematic book. That's the only best solutions, because again, you want a Staminan Spark. You want to save those Staminan Sparks. If not for Chapter 8, definitely the end. However, let me remind you, these things are hard to come by, and you're going to have no choice but to go to the Kumite to get enough points in order for to get a Staminan Spark. I mean, yeah, you can also go to the casino as well, but the Coliseum's the easier one for the Staminan Spark. But unfortunately, Haruka will walk away in disgust because you got the dirty magazine. And she will make you feel bad for getting the dirty magazine. Wow. But you'll have to get one. Since we got 3 of the gifts, you'll have to give her one of them. But then you'll have to wait until later in order for you to get the prize for said gifts. So, with that said, we'll give her the custom car compendium. Might as well do that. Again, I want the Staminan Spark. But yeah, the Mew shoes can actually be bought too. Or actually, it is one of your items, I do believe. Yeah, the Mew shoes is one of your items, if I'm not mistaken. But do you really want the Mew shoes? No. No, you do not. So, she's going to give us a Christmas present the next time she sees us. So, this sub-story isn't done yet. It'll end when she gives us the present. So, with that said, I will be right back. Well, we have to wait for the little girl to arrive in order for us to show up in the children's park. Well, the gift is pretty much like, if you don't give the math compendium, the math book or the custom car compendium to her, it's going to be the stamina. Well, everything else is going to give you the Mew shoes, but she does have a dialogue for each gift.
Cool.
The custom car compendium, she will basically say that the guy thinks that she's in the cars too, so they both are like kindred spirits, so he was happy for the car compendium. You give her the math book, she's gonna be like, well, he thanked her a million because the math book actually will help him out with his studies. The crossword puzzle, he got bored easily, so you got the Mew shoes. Shrink wrap book, she'll give Kiryu a dirty look just like Haruka gave you a dirty look. And also Golem Tiger, she will say, I never did Pocket Circuit Fighter. It sounds fun, but he was happy that he got one of those. And I think the other book, he would look at it sideways. But whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, we got our Staminan Spark, and that will mark the end of this sub-story. And ironically, the end of the sub-stories that Haruka needs to be around us for. So, with that said, we're going to have to actually continue on with the story to get rid of the other sub-stories that happen to be in the way. So with that said, I'll see you all in the next episode of Yakuza Kiwami as we continue Kiryu's Hood Chronicles. This is RVman985. Peace out. And take care, because we're continuing the story in part 45.